Hello everyone, welcome back to my additional math channel. For today's video sharing, I would like to share with you how to solve some of the simultaneous equation. This is because some students told me they can't get the answer, or maybe they cannot solve. They are having some difficulty to solve the simultaneous involving fraction, I think. Okay, so I'm going to share with you how to do. Let's see how to solve the simultaneous equation in a better way. Okay, so actually it's good that you do during school holidays, because you can actually plan your schedule so that you can score good result in your exam. All right. Okay, let's get started with the class right now. So I'm going to discuss question number 4, because I think the student told me she actually get a different answer, I guess. So question number 4, let's see. Solve the following simultaneous equation. So I will actually always study first before I do. I think I am going to start with it's up to you actually. I'm going to start with the x is equal to 1 minus 2y here. I'm going to start from here. So my x is 1 minus 2y. This is linear equation. This is non-linear equation. You can substitute the linear into non-linear normally, but actually no problem. If you substitute the non-linear into linear, it will come out with the same answer. So I'm going to substitute 1 into 2. So I'm going to look at the 2 before I substitute. So in fact, when I see y square, I will just copy the y square, right? Okay, so I will just copy the y square. So y square, so let's focus to number 2. So y square I copy, minus 10 I copy, equal to 2x. Okay, when I see x, I need to substitute with the number 1, which is 1 minus 2y. So I'm actually doing sub 1 into 2. Alright, so let's expand carefully. So we will get y square minus 10 equal to 2 times 1, which is 2 times negative 2y will be negative 4y. So you have to actually simplify to the simplest form before you can factorize, right? So I think after I factorize, I will get the answer, which is y minus 2, y plus 6, right? So let's check. Y square plus 6 minus 2, I'll get plus 4, and negative 2 times the 6, I will get negative 12, right? So it looks like the factor no problem. So y is 2, y is negative 6. I think the answer given is okay with the y. How about the x? Okay, let's see. We need to substitute into the equation just now. X is 1 minus 2y. X is equal to 1 minus 2y. So I will substitute 2. Then here 1 minus 2, negative 6, right? So the x is 1 minus 2, which 2 times 2, which is negative 3. 1 minus 4. X is 1 plus 12, which is 13, right? So the answer given was wrong. So let's write the answer in order. So our answer is x is negative 3, y is 2, right? Okay, then x is 13, y is negative 6, right? So please double check the answer there. I think some of the answer was not right. So you will actually check carefully, don't follow the answer. Okay, I'm going to discuss question. I have discussed question number 4. So the answer for question number 4, it should be x equal to, let me write down again. it should be x equal to negative 3, y is 2, right? The other answer is x is 13, y is negative 6. So we have 4 answers for question number 4, right? Okay, so we have solved number 4. Alright, let's go to question number 6. For question number 6, okay, you're asking to solve the simultaneous equation, and the instructions say correct to 3 decimal places. Be careful. Okay, so we are going to start from the linear equation. X is 8 plus 2y. So I'm going to substitute 1 into 2. So number 2 is x squared plus 4y. This is number 2, right? Okay, 4y squared equal to 37. This is number 2. So let's substitute carefully. So when I see x, I will substitute with the x plus 2y. So we write sub 1 into 2. Okay, so remember there is a square plus 4. Okay, let me use the blue pen for the original one. 4y squared equal to 37. So let's expand carefully. It will be 64, right? I'm sure you got no problem with expansion. Do you need to expand by okay, some of you might do like this, I know, because actually you are still new. So if you are still new, you can use your own way to do, but actually I encourage you to go for a better way, which is 8 squared. If this is plus, here will be plus 2 times 8 times 2, which is 32, right? So you will get 16 and another 16, which is 32y, and finally the 4y squared, right? We prefer you to expand in one step. Okay, can you follow? So if you cannot, you try to practice. More practice, I'm sure you can do it. So let's focus on the light term. I have 8y squared, right? I have 32y. I have the 64 minus 37 will be 27, right? So let's use a formula. We cannot factorize because the question already say 3 decimal places. So I'm going to use a formula. So I have 8y squared plus 32y minus 21 equal to 0. So let's substitute into the formula. A is 8, B is 32, and then C is negative 27. So if you substitute into the formula, you get x equal to negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac, right? Okay, over the 2 times with the a, which is 8, right? After you simplify, so if you simplify carefully, you will get the answer, which is negative 8 plus square root 118, right? Over 4. And the other answer will be negative 8 minus square root 118 over 4. So you have 2 answers. So then you write down in 3 decimal places. So okay, be careful, this is why. Again, I am actually always remind myself, this is why. Okay, be careful, this is y. So we change to y. So the y is 0.716, and the other y will be negative 4.716, right? Okay, so then you can find the x. The x you need to substitute into the beginner. We have x equal to 8 plus 2y. So 8 plus 2 times 0.716, and x equal to 8 plus 2 times negative 4.716, right? So be careful when you do. Always double check your answer using calculator, then you will get perfect answer, right? Okay, so this is the answer for x and y. So we have answer x is 9.432, all right, and then y is let me underline the answer. X is, okay, I use a purple color, x and y, so you should have 4 answers. Okay, so this is how you solve a question involving 3 decimal places. You have to substitute into the formula. Remember, you have to use the formula to solve. Now I'm going to discuss question number 9. So let's see, question number 9 is actually quite simple. Okay, so this one, normally when you see they didn't ask for how many decimal, right? So it means it can be factorized. Okay, that is our conclusion, but it's okay. I'm going to start from this one. Okay, from here I'm going to do y is equal to 7 minus 9x squared, because I think this is better for me to do. I can do in a faster way. So now I sub 1 into 2. It's okay, you can substitute the non-linear into the linear, but always study which way you can go fast, right? Study first. Okay, don't go so fast. Alright, so I'm going to substitute the y. See now, I substitute the y with the y. I substitute with the 7 minus 9x squared, right? This is my y, which is 7 minus 9x squared. Now, okay, this is a square. Now I just expand. I will get 3x minus 14 plus, okay, this is 2 negative, plus 18x squared equal to 1. So now I need to make sure I get the positive a with the general form, right? And don't forget, many of you will plug into the calculator, right? So please don't do that. You will be penalized in exam, so you have to simplify, you know. So if you factorize using calculator, you actually lost I think about 2 marks. Okay, let's factorize before. I think sometimes they give you all wrong because the method was wrong. Okay, please simplify first before you factorize. Okay, so your x is 5 over 6 and your x is negative 1. For each of the x, you need to substitute into the y. Y is 7 minus 9x squared. Y is 7 minus 9x squared. Don't forget. Okay, y is 7 minus 9 times negative 1 squared. So let's solve carefully. You press a calculator, I'm sure you get 3 over 4 for this answer, and then for this answer you will get 7 minus 9, which is negative 2. Okay, so this is the answer when x is 5 over 6, y is 3 over 4. So we write x is 5 over 6 and then y will be 3 over 4. For the other parts of the answer, we will get when x is negative 1, y will be negative 2, right? So these are the answer for question number 9. Okay, so let's proceed to the next one. Okay, so we are going to discuss the number 11. Okay, let's see number 11. For number 11 is actually involving P and Q. So I'm going to start with, I think for me, I will start from this one. It's okay, it's up to you. You can start from any one that you think is easy. This is number 1 and this will be number 2. Alright, so this one will be number 2. So I'm going to sub 1 into 2, substitute into 1 into 2. So I will get p square minus, so when I have the p square, I just have p square minus 9, right, is equal to 6q. When I see q, I'm going to substitute 1 minus 1 over 3p, right, from up there. So then I just simplify, will be p square minus 9 equal to 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 1/3 will be 2, right? Okay, so 6 times 1/3 will be 2p. So let's see, is there any mistake? P square minus 9 equal to 6q. So, oh, this is not 9, this is a p square. I will have to convert everything in terms of the p, right? So let's see how to do. P square minus 9, okay, is actually, let's see, so now let's do it carefully. This is 9, it's not q, this is 9, okay, so 6 times 1/3 will be 2p, right? So the answer for the general form for this one will be 2p minus 15 equal to 0, right? So let's factorize. So can we factorize? For this one, I think you can factorize. So you just 5 and 3, so it's plus 5, and then p minus 3 equal to 0. Let's check. P square minus 3 plus 5, you'll get plus 2. So p is negative 5 and p is 3. Okay, so actually when you substitute in, your q will be q equal to, okay, let's find out. The q will be 1 minus 1/3 of the p, right? Q will be 1 minus 1/3 of the p, which is actually a q is 1 plus 5 over 3, right? So let's see the answer for this one. Okay, so we will actually try to find out the answer first. Actually, in fact, you can double check. You can substitute the answer into the equation, and if you cannot tally both sides, okay, you cannot tally, you mean you cannot get the answer, that means something is not right. Okay, so you need to always substitute back into the equation. Alright, so let's see, q is actually, this is 1 minus 1, which is 0. Okay, so it's okay. We get answer which is 3, 5, 3, okay, and another one is 0. So the answer given is actually, let's see, we have negative 5. Okay, let's say we substitute the answer. We have p is negative 5, right? So we try to double check our answer. We have p is negative 5, so we square it, we minus 9. Okay, it's 25 minus 9. What is our q? Q is 8 over 3. So, okay, 25 minus 9 is actually 16, right? So for this one, 6 times 8 over 3. Are we getting 16? Yes, it seems like it tally. So I check the answer. If the answer is p is negative 5, q will be 8 over 3. Right? This is one test. If the p is 3, then q will be 0. So we substitute into the equation. We have equation p 1/3 times p plus q is equal to 1. So I'm going to substitute and check the answer. See whether I can get q is 0. This is 1 plus q is 1. So I'm getting Q is 0, so I guess there is no mistake. So that's how you check the answer. Okay, after you do, you always double check your answer. Substitute both answer into the simultaneous equation and make sure you get the answer. Okay, tally the equation, we say tally. Alright, okay, you understand? So always double check. So substitute into the equation here to make sure you tally the answer, right? So you see, if I take negative 1/3 I times with the negative 5, I plus the Q, which is 8/3, right? Okay, 8/3. So I'm going to solve 8 minus 5 is 3/3. So I'm getting 1, right? I'm getting 1. So I'm sure I'm getting the right answer, right? Okay, that is one way you try to double check your careless mistake, right? Okay, no problem. Now we proceed to the last question asking by our friend from 4 science 2. So now we go to number 13. 13 I have discussed or not? Okay, I will go to 14 first before I discuss 13. 13 is about the M and N, right? So let's go to 13 first. I don't have the question here. Where is my 13? So I'm going to write down the question. The question for 13 is actually given by M and N, right? So you're given the M number 13, N minus 1/3, isn't it? 1/3. Let me see. Is a equation correct? 13 M minus 1/3 N is equal to 5/3. The other one is 3M plus N equal to 3/N. Okay, many of the students will say, I don't know how to do this because it involves fraction. So I would like to advise you, when you see fraction, what must you do? Actually, you must convert to without fraction, right? So like this, I'm going to times 3 for both sides, the whole thing. So I got 3M, I times 3, every one times 3. This one times 3, this one times 3. Every term you times 3, okay? That means you times 3 so that the equation still balance, okay? You don't change the value. So you see I got N here, I can cancel out the denominator, I got 5. I can change the equation to without fraction, right? So for this one, I'm going to times with what? Of course, I will times with the N, right? Times with the N, times with the N, times with the N. I got 3mn plus N square, cut. That's the purpose, so that we won't get fraction. So I have another new equation. Actually, they are the same. So, but this new equation looks easy, right? So I'm going to express my N in terms of M. So let's see. I'm going to shift this thing to the to the right. So that means it will become N here, and here 3M minus 5, right? So that is one of the equation that I actually want to substitute into number 2. So the N, when I see N, I will substitute 3M minus 5. Okay, so now let's continue. We have 3, right? We have M. When we see N, we will substitute with the 3M minus 5, right? Okay, plus when we see the N again, we will substitute 3M minus 5. When there is a square, make sure you square, right? Okay, so I'm actually converting to one unknown, so I can expand carefully. 9m square, okay, then negative 15m, and then be careful, this is square, so it will be 9m square minus, there is a minus there, 2 times 3, 6, 6 times 5, 30m. Got it? Plus is always plus the last term for the quadratic equation, plus 25 equal to 3, right? Now let's focus the like term. You have how many like term? Suppose we can see these two, so we will have a different type of the like term, which is 18m square So we settle the m square. Now for this one, we will use the other color so that we will focus to the light term. Negative 15, negative 30 will be negative 45m. And finally the number, right? The number is just only 25, and also the 3, right? There's a 25 minus 3, which is 22 equal to 0. Alright, so you get the equation like this. So can it be simplified? If cannot, we try to factorize, because the question never asks for decimal. I think I tried this 6 and 3, and I'm going to substitute 11 here, and then here be 2. So let me see, I can get an answer. Negative 18 square, okay, this one correct. Minus 12 minus 33. Minus 12 and minus 33. Wow, I get minus 45. And these two numbers, when you multiply, you get positive 22. So that means the m is 11 over 6 and the m is 2 over 3, right? Okay, so let's solve the other unknown, whereby we have to substitute back into the first one, which is this one. We choose this one, which can give us answer for n, which is 3m minus 5. So n equal to 3 times 11 over 6 minus 5. And the other answer is n is equal to 3 times 2 over 3 minus 5, right? So let's you can always use a calculator to solve. This is 11 over 2 minus 10 over 2. So the n is equal to 1 over 2, right? And for this one, the n is actually let's simplify, is n is 2 minus 5, right? Okay, so finally we have solved. The n is half, the other n is negative 3. So we can actually write down in terms of pairs. When m is 11 over 6, the n is 1 over 2, and when the m is actually 2/3, the n is negative 3. Alright, so that's our answer for m and n. Alright, so you can actually write the answer in pairs, or you can just write your answer for the n, okay, for the n, and the answer for the m, which is these two, right? So finally we have solved the simultaneous equation. So if you practice more, you will have less mistake. Okay, so I'm sure many of you are good students. You are trying to do right now. So we have complete number 13. Finally we will do number 14. Number 14 is actually quite simple, right? This one I'm sure you can do 14. So you want me to discuss number 14, or you want to do on your own? I think this one I have discussed in the video for the concept of the point of intersection. So I think that's all for the sharing of the simultaneous equation. So I actually will share with you. If you got any problem, I will share with you using video to teach you. Okay, so till then, I shall see you in my next video teaching. Bye bye and have a nice day. Keep on practice so that you will be expert. Okay, so additional maths is a beautiful subject. It's as beautiful as many of you. So that's the end for the video sharing. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye and see you.